Hindi na balita na madaming Filipinos ang nagbabike ngayon. At nakakatuwa na madami na ring mga kababaihan ng namimisikleta. Hindi lang sa Metro Manila, kundi sa buong Pilipinas. It's great to see women in the cycling scene. Ang daming mga kababaihan ang nagdo-dominate na mga karera. From categories ng mountain bike, road cycling, and sa gravel. Dumami na rin ang mga bike commuters. Every March, we are celebrating Women's Month. And let's talk about Filipino women cyclists, their experiences, struggles, and fun stories on the road. This is Lester Babiera and you are listening to Tambike Session, an Anima podcast. Kasama ko ngayon ang dalawang cyclist in Metro Manila who use their bicycles for leisure, fitness, and bike commutes. Nakakasama ko rin sila sa mga rides and advocacies and madami silang interesting stories to share. Hi Ali and Ainsel, welcome to Tambike Session.
Hello.
Hello, ayan. Gusto ko kayong batian ng Happy Women's Month.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us here.
Yes, and salamat din sa pag-accept ng aking invitation. Kamusta naman kayo? Kailan yung huling bike ride nyo?
Ako last weekend. Okay naman, init na ngayon, grabe.
Sobrang init na ngayon. Totoo yan.
Yeah. Ako kanina nag-bike commute ako papuntang hospital for a checkup. So, yeah. At mga alas 12 na rin ako nakaalis ng hospital at sobrang init nga.
Sobrang init. I know. And, ayun, itong episode natin na to, gusto kong ikwento niyo yung mga experiences niyo on the road, especially as a woman. So, yung una kong tanong is, why do you ride a bike? And how does it feel to ride a bike in the city, especially as a woman? So, ikaw, Ainsel.
Siyempre, like many other pandemic cyclist stories, the reason why I got into biking or considered biking in the first place is because para lang may matry akong iba and for a reason to get out of the house and, avoid cabin fever. So sabi ko, sige, why not? Everybody's doing it. I bought a bike and I ordered a bike and then, ayun, I proceeded with it. But my only experience with biking is nung bata ako, dito sa Bakura namin, may paikot-ikot lang ako doon.
Sa Malabon.
Sa Malabon. So, we have a big space here. Siyempre, if you're a little kid, paikot-ikot ka lang sa bakuran nyo, okay na yon, solve ka na doon. Pero as an adult, hindi na ganon. So, it was only this year na talagang I got into bike commuting and, of course, cycling as a sport. So, at first time, my first biking experience talaga was in 2015. I owned a fixie bike and then I would always bike with my friend na naka-mountain bike. So, paikot-ikot lang kami in the area. But the problem is, as a woman, I never found the courage to bike alone. So, because of course, there was always this risk. I mean, most men do not get this, but for women, there's always this underlying hint that when you go out alone, whatever you're wearing, whatever you're doing, there's always that sense of extra danger for you. So parang there's always that sense na parang, oh shit, baka anong mapaano ako when I go out alone. That's why I never biked alone, only until this year. So yun, whenever I get out of the house, lagi ko sinasabi na parang, Lord, sana walang mangyari sa akin na kahit ano. Of course, the aberrias and all. But, wag sana akong, pagtripan ng mga kung sino-sino dyan. Because there's always that increased risk for women of danger. Whatever that danger is, there's always that. So, I mean, of course, kudos to us women na, yay, we're doing this. Napakatapang natin. Pero there's still that impending danger, looming danger na, oh shit, anong makasalubong ko today? Yan.
Ayan, si Ali, nakasmile siya nung nagkikwento si Ainsel. Mukhang can relate.
Yeah, sobra.
Ikaw, Ali, kamusta naman yung sa'yo? Ano yung, why do you ride the bike? And what are your experiences as a woman?
Agree ako sa sinabi ni Ainsel kasi parang I've been bike commuting for 2 years. So, actually 10 years ago lang ako natuto mag-bike. Nung bata ako, walang nagturo sa akin. Bale, binalan ako ng bike na may training wheels. Tapos one day, tinanggal ng mom and dad ko yung training wheels. And they didn't teach me how to ride it. I was left on my own. So parang medyo ako nun, nawalan ako ng gana. Pero when I was 23, parang I realized sa skill, that would be good to learn. So, ayun, pumunta ako sa QC Circle at nag-aral ako mag-bike mag-isa.
Oh, sa QC Circle.
Oo, kasi parang may mga BMX doon for rent, tapos may uphill side siya. So, doon ako natuto. Parang nagda-downhill lang ako nang nagda-downhill. Tapos after 2 hours, yay, marunong na ako mag-bike-ish. Pero I didn't really start riding seriously until 2020. Or mostly kasi ayun, bored din ako sa bahay. And parang ang laki rin kasi nung feeling ng risk when you take public transportation or Grab. So I decided na, okay, maybe it's nice to get a bike to get around and like, bibili lang ako ng food, ng milk tea. Noong una, ganun-ganun lang siya. Like, magbabike lang ako around Maginhawa sa QC. Ganun. Tapos bibili-bili ako ng food. Then eventually, it became my main mode of transportation kasi parang na-realize ko onto the benefits na ang laki nang nasa-save ko. Kasi pre-pandemic, ang laki-laki ng ginagastos ko sa Grab. Siyempre, pag pagod ka na, mag-Grab ka na lang. Tapos, lahat ng sweldo ka ata napupunta sa pag-Grab or yun nga. Tapos, pero pag sa bike kasi, parang kahit anong upgrade pa gawin mo, mas marami pa rin yung masasave mo versus just like taking that type of transportation. Tapos pati sa grocery, lahat ng trips namin ngayon dito sa household to the grocery, bike na ginagamit namin. Tapos, between us, 2 bikes, nakabili kami ng groceries for 2 weeks for 2 people. So parang ang laki rin ng ano, 'di ba yung gagastusin namin sa transport, pambibili na lang namin ng groceries. And on something less practical, um, every time I go out on my bike, parang going to my destination feels like an adventure. Kahit sa ano lang yan, kahit sa meeting lang yan, or sa grocery even. Parang ang dami ko napapansin about my surroundings and the city na hindi ko mapapansin when I'm in a car. Or, yeah. So, parang ang dami ko ring side trips na natitake. Kunyari, pumunta akong hospital. Tapos nag-side trip pa ako sa restaurant, nakapag-coffee pa ako, pumunta pa akong bookstore. So, alam mo yun, parang I didn't really have to worry about parking or like getting another ride. Kasi, wala lang. Parang ang dami mong na-explore. Tapos, ayun. At the same time, dahil natuto ako mag-bike commute ng pandemic, it was a good time to learn how to bike commute kasi parang safe yung environment to practice my bike handling skills. Konti lang yung sasakyan. Tsaka may bike lanes. Bike lanes. Nakakamiss naman yung mga bike lanes.
Oo, tama.
Kaya,
Na
kaya
unti-unti na ngayong nawawala.
Oo nga eh. I mean, pinaglalaban natin yung pagbabalik nila. Pero it's really an uphill climb. No pun
Yeah.
intended. So yun. So nakalungkot din na bumabalik tayo sa dati. And as much as we want to invite more people to cycle, I mean, I can imagine how hard it is. Kasi napaka-hostile na ng environment ngayon. And ang dami ko na rin kilalang nag-quit bike na dahil sa lagay ng mga kalsada. So, I don't think cycling should be an act of bravery. It should be accessible to everyone. Kasi kahit eventually masasanay ka, ayun, agree na, hindi talaga mawawala yung kaba mo kasi parang, hala, ito na ba yung huling ano ko? Ito na ba yung huling bike ride ko? Pero at the same time, parang, helps me not take things for granted. So every time I leave the house, I love you ako sa boyfriend ko, I hug ko yung dog ko. So parang, kasi parang feeling mo may impending sense of doom. Pero it shouldn't be that way. Parang we should feel safe when we go out. Hindi pwedeng parang lagi na lang may death sentence.
Yeah. Tama,
Agree.
tama yan. Alam mo, the two of you mentioned about how fun it is to ride a bike,
Yeah.
tapos yung mga dangers. And ako, I recognize over the years of cycling and talking with many people na magkaiba yung experience natin. Ako as a man and kayo as women. And kahit sabihin ng ibang tao na, hindi, parehas lang yan. Tao lang naman, parehas lang naman tayong tao. Pero meron talagang kakaiba at meron talagang certain things. Si Ansel kanina medyo nag-intro na siya about this eh. And I really want to learn more about it. Ako medyo sensitive ako pagdating sa when talking with women kasi I don't want to be that person na nagba-bikesplain, na nagma-mansplain kasi meron talagang mga struggles I recognize na hindi namin maiintindihan. And can you tell me more about ano yung mga experiences ninyo? Siguro most memorable, pwedeng positive, pwedeng negative, and na pwede kaming matuto, kaming mga listeners dito na mga men na nakikinig sa atin ngayon.
Siguro, it's hard to spot it kasi the interactions with women ranges from microaggressions to, straight up macroaggression or straight up aggression. So maybe the microaggressions first. It's difficult to spot kasi people think na, ay, binati ko lang naman si ate nung good morning na, ay, ang ganda mo po. ano pong nakaka-insulto doon. So, and then, anyway, how can I explain it? Siguro there are two types of interactions I deal with, you know, people who bike as well, other men who bike, specifically men, and of course yung mga nagmamotor ganyan. The first type is the positive one, na parang when we're in an intersection, tapos they're like, ma'am, nagbabike po kayo lagi. Opo, pang-exercise din po, no? Opo, ingat po kayo, ma'am. Sige sir, ingat din po kayo. So it's very at the same level as you, na parang respect, genuine interest for your activity, no comments about your attire or your safety. He parang in a way na-amaze siya sa'yo, but at the same time, curious din siya. So, I think that's more of a okay interaction. But the microaggression starts with, ma'am, dapat hindi ka nagbabike mag-isa, kababae mong tao. Doon tayo medyo hindi okay. Or, there's this one memorable moment in, Quezon Ave, Corner G, Araneta. There's this guy that says, ma'am, ikaw lang nagbabike mag-isa, gusto mo add kita sa Facebook para join ka sa group namin.
Wala, ang creepy.
Kadire, ano ba?
Ang creepy nun.
Sobra naman. Sabi ko, napaisip nga ako, sabi ko, kung lalaki ba ako, makaka-experience ba ako nito? Parang hindi naman yata.
Never pa akong natanungan na i-add sa social media.
I mean, sabihin na natin friendly naman. He stopped there when I said na, kunyari, wala po ako Facebook, sir, Instagram, wala din po eh. Hindi po talaga ako sa social media. Pero nagsa-social media ako.
Ang lungkot naman that you have to lie about certain
I know.
things.
Para lang just to, kasi if I say Facebook, syempre mag-a-adda na kami.
Yeah. To protect your peace.
Correct. So parang okay lang naman to talk about, small talk about bike, ganyan. Pero medyo intrusive na siya. So sabihin nila, wala namang masama doon, hiningi lang naman yung Facebook mo ah. But you get it. You get what I mean. It's invading someone's personal space at that point. Yan.
Yeah.
And then,
bakit kailangan mo pa mag-explain, diba? Para.
Yeah.
It's your right.
Friends tayo, kakamit pa lang natin ngayon.
Oo nga eh.
Parang, sir, 1 minuto lang ang friendship natin in the intersection. So, hindi siya counted. And of course, microaggressions na parang, miss, ingat ka kasi ikaw lang mag-isa. Undermining the capacity of the female to bike on her own.
Tama, yeah. Parang feeling niya weakling ka, ganon.
So, those are the little things na parang you can brush off. Pero meron mga major things like, sisit-sitan ka, babastusin ka. Those are the not so nice things na we get to experience on a regular basis.
Yeah, kahit hindi nakabike.
Correct. Na even, fine. I don't want to say na parang, may anti-bastos law naman in Quezon City. But despite all the laws, all the mandates and everything, I think it starts with the society, the ingrained misogyny that we have. Kaya ganun yung interaction with women. And also the undermining. Yon. And then, siguro one of the most memorable, I think alam mo na ito, I think everybody knows this, is yung nag-viral ko na situation.
Yeah, oo.
I mean, it was specifically traumatizing for me because I was only 1 month into biking that time. So, ang traumatizing niya kasi syempre you're still navigating the roads, you're trying to stick to the rules, the laws, pero dun ka pa mapapahamak. So, for full context, in summary, basically, this was in Muñoz, Corner, EDSA. So, you know that if you've been in that place, alam yung, Wild Wild West yung area.
Yes, crazy.
Crazy. FX, Jeep, tao, oh my God, everywhere. Yeah. Everyone is everywhere. So, I was in the bike lane specifically kasi akit ako ng overpass. Then there's that, suddenly a door slammed in my face. Tapos, yung bike ko nabangga. Very minor or very small scratch, something na could have been fixed by a sorry or an acknowledgement of a mistake. Pero, the driver was very apprehensive na parang, ikaw kasi nakaharang-harang ka dyan. So, first and foremost, illegal parking siya. Then, second, I was in the bike lane. And third, again, could have been fixed with, uy, sorry, okay ka lang ba? May injury ka ba? Human decency, which is none of those were followed. So, I'm not sure if I can accredit it to me being a female as well because the way he talked to me, he was a very old guy. Lolo na talaga siya. So, parang undermining yung capacity ko. So, that's multi-layer to. So, that's layer number 1, this incident itself. Then, how it became viral was also not within my consent kasi there was this just random bystander na, may commotion na nangyayari, may videohan ko si ate kasi I want to raise awareness, ganon. Binidyohan niya. Tapos, apparently, yung gusto lang niya, gusto kong maging aware ang mga tao sa nangyari. So, in-upload niya without my consent. So, kaya siya nag-viral. I mean, at the back of my head, sabi ko, nung nangyayari yung sigawan namin, yung commotion namin nung driver, parang may kumuha kaya nung video. Nakita ko na yun eh. Na parang, may kumuha kaya nung video nung nangyari na yun. Tapos sabi ko, possibly meron, pero sana wala. So pagka-uwi ko, after nung stress ko dun sa nangyari, 2 hours after, may nagtag na sa akin. Na parang, ito na nga yun, ito na-upload yung sagutan namin. So, syempre, I think, Ali, you're also a PR professional. So you know how crisis management works.
Yeah.
So this is more of a naaamoy ko ng personal crisis management ang mangyayari dito kasi every refresh that I do in 15 minutes, thousands and thousands and thousands of views and shares yung nangyayari. So you know it has virality effect. And the problem is, hindi ko makontact yung nag-upload. Kasi, I don't know, so hindi ko makontrol yung situation. Sabi ko, oh my God, this is gonna be wildfire.
Tapos marireproduce pa yon.
Oo.
Correct. May mga magsasave, ganyan. Lalagay nila sa TikTok. It made it to TikTok as well after a few days.
Oh,
So,
no.
medyo chaotic talaga siyang pangyayari. Na parang it could have been settled with just that, but na-amplify pa siya. But in a nutshell, of course, it was really bad for my mental health. Na, ganito yung nangyari. I'm being put in a baptism of fire. And then, of course, the comments are not nice. Alam mo naman, dito lumabas yung how yung feedback ng society. Of course, some people, sabihin na natin 60, in fairness, 60 to 70% ng mga comments are very supportive. Na parang, Lolo, ano bang ina-expect mo na ayain ka niyan sa date kasi ikaw na nga yung nakasakit sa kanya, gusto mo pa hindi ka sigawan. Siyempre magagalit yan sa'yo. Although, and there are also the comments na, ano ba yan suot ni ate? Naka-shorts. Sabi ko,
Ano ba? Wala nang, ano yung connection?
Exactly, di ba? Parang, anong kinalaman ng damit ko? Tapos, ano ba? Ayun, may mga comments naman that says, pag babae dapat di nagbabike, mag-grab na lang kayo. Oh my God.
Oh no, so
Oh my
terrible.
God.
Grabe, nakakainis.
But, in fairness naman, and medyo nagka-hope naman ako sa mga tao because majority of them are supporting me in that. So, ayun, medyo bad lang sa mental health, but of course, syempre, it's trial by social media yung nangyari doon eh. So, syempre,
1 month ka pa lang, no? Grabe.
Oo. So, isipin mo yan, I'm getting all of that.
Grabe.
Sobrang sakit sa ulo. So, I talked to my lawyer friends about it. Sabi ko, okay, trial by social media na, that's fine. Tapos na yun. But what can we do on our end to, make significant changes? Kasi I can only mope and cry and feel bad about myself. Pero sabi ko, you know what, kahit naman I just started in biking, maybe this is a good time to, make something, prove something, show something na car-centric people or yung medyo abusado needs to know and realize na just because we're in bikes and women doesn't mean na you can just treat us that way. No one is above the law. So sabi nila, okay, just deal with your PR thing, whatever, since I have the platform as well on TikTok, so I use that platform. Then also proceeded with filing the necessary cases. So isang criminal police case and isang admin case. For the admin case, thankfully, LTO was very responsive. Ang bilis ng response nila. Probably because the viral video, even though it was really nasty on my mental health, really helped. Kasi solid evidence eh. So, natanggalan siya ng lisensya, na-revoke yung license niya. And then for the police case naman, nagkaroon na lang ng settlement. So, happy ending-ish somehow. And also, I guess it raised awareness with people na you don't treat your cyclists that way just because they're on 2 wheels and they're going slow. Yeah.
So, mga tao, take note. Men and other people. Kala nyo yung mga babae, hindi sila lalaban. Lalaban sila. Hindi sila matatakot sa inyo. Ayan.
Yes.
Diba? Ang galing. Alam mo, yung kinikwento mo nga yan sa akin before, parang ang lungkot na that's something that has happened, especially for a newbie woman cyclist. Pero ako impressed ako with yung courage na pinakita mo throughout that journey, throughout that battle. Kasi alam ko hindi talaga siya madali, especially at the social media kaganapan. Sobrang saklap.
Correct. But, I have to admit na I also got mixed feedback from fellow women as well, which is also sad na parang sabi nila, oh, this is why I don't bike kasi. Parang it's kind of like a backhanded compliment na, you brought this upon yourself, you're biking and a woman, parang ganon. Although I think what their point is, I'm a woman, I have to keep myself safe, and I don't do things like that. Parang ganon. Which makes me sad na parang, I think women shouldn't stop each other from doing whatever they want. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, but I don't wish that experience upon anybody. Definitely not. It's really not a good experience. And I think kung hindi lang siguro malakas loob ko, hindi na ako magbabike forever.
Yeah.
Yun.
Tama.
Pero you don't let them win.
And look at you now,
Exactly.
di ba? Nakakatapos ka na ng OLAX.
Correct.
Wow! Congrats!
Thank you.
Galing, galing. Ikaw naman, Ali, what are your experiences?
Ano rin similar din to Insel Pero, of course, there are positive experiences. Pero let's end with that later na lang. Let's, discuss the elephant in the room. Yung nangyari sa akin recently on Twitter. Actually, hindi siya nagsimula sa Twitter Parang, so, kasama ko yung boyfriend ko, si Didi, galing bahay, papunta sa bahay ng friend namin sa McKinley. And it was, parang 2 kilometers away lang So, syempre, very pambahay mode yung suot ko dahil bahay lang naman din yung pupuntahan ko. Tapos, I mean, we were going our usual route. Siguro parang ilang daang beses ko nang nadaanan yun. Tapos, nagulat na lang ako kasi umaahon ako dun sa may isang part ng road. So, nakita ko si Didi, biglang ang bilis, pumadyak ng mabilis. Tapos may sinisigawan siya, ay, expletives, expletives. Tapos, hindi ko napansin, may nakamotorsiklong lalaki pala sa likod ko, dito sa side ko na to. Tapos sinusundan ako, like, wala siya sa peripheral vision ko, pero apparently, nagle-leer siya sa akin, parang nakatingin talaga. Tapos parang binagalan niya. Tapos parang, hindi ko napansin yun agad. Tapos until,
Yeah, syempre,
yun,
umahon ka din.
oo, so parang siya, so I was minding my own business. So yun, nagulat na lang ako. Tapos, parang, syempre medyo shocked ako, parang, hala na nangyari. Tapos, nakita ko na lang, tumigil si Didi, tumigil yung nakamotor dun sa 500, siguro mga 200 meters away. Tapos si Didi may hawak-hawak ng ulak. And then that's when I realized the gravity of the situation na parang hala, okay, ito pala yung nangyari. Na parang sinabi niya sa akin, sumusunod yun sa'yo, tinitignan ka, gano'n. Tapos parang, okay. Pero, in the moment, parang, I didn't know what to do. Parang medyo shocked ako. Kasi parang sanay na naman ako sa space na yun. Tapos parang, okay. Tapos parang I told him to calm down. Sige. Parang, I didn't say it was no big deal kasi I was still trying to process the situation. Tapos, ayun, sabi ko, wait, wag mo nang i-attack, not worth it, not worth it. Tapos parang, alam mo yun, parang may mixed feelings ako. And then, we just went ahead kasi parang, we didn't really want to stay there and cause a commotion. Tapos parang, ano na lang, alam mo yun, parang just as a last-ditch effort to stand up for myself, parang minura ko siya, something about, Anyway, so, bumaba na kami sa McKinley and then naghanap kami ng bike parking doon. Tapos, nung sinesecure na naman yung bikes namin, nakita ko, nandun pa siya, like malayo siya, nasa road siya.
Oh
Sumunod siya sa
no.
amin.
Ang
Tapos
kapal ng
gumagano ulit siya
mukha.
sa akin.
Sumunod
Gumagano
siya?
ulit sa akin.
Oh my
Tapos
God.
sabi ko na lang,
Creep.
hala, grabe. Minura ko na lang. Anyway, ayoko magmura dito.
Yeah.
Anyway, so nung the day went by, parang hindi ko masyadong na-process yung situation. Pero parang kinabahan ako. Actually, kinabahan ako kasi nung pinark namin yung bike namin, parang I was worried na pagbalik namin, sira-sira na yung bikes dahil mag-revenge siya. Dahil,
Oh my
I don't know,
God.
he tried to attack him. Wala namang nangyaring ganun. Pero parang, syempre, medyo it weighed on me rin na parang, hala, ano yung nangyari. So, anyway, like 2 days later, si Didi na galit na galit, shared the video on Twitter with my consent. With my consent naman. Tapos, parang napansin namin the next day na nag-viral din siya. Parang ito slowly becoming viral. Nakatawa nga kasi some people I knew shared the link of the video, the tweet with me. Tapos parang sinasabi nila sa akin, uy, si Didi, nag-viral siya sa Twitter, ganun. Tapos sabi ko, ako yung babaeng, may
Ikaw yung
namanyak
babaeng
siya.
hinaharas.
So yun, anyway. So parang I felt like I wanted to share my side of the story rin. So, shinare ko siya sa Twitter account ko. Tapos, ayun, parang 90% naman of the comments were supportive. Like, I would say even more actually. Pero nakakalungkot lang kasi, number one, parang ang daming mga babae nagre-react to the video saying na, hala, ganito pala yung nangyayari. Parang, generally speaking, ganito pala yung nangyayari. Ayoko na mag-bike. Parang ganito pala, ayoko na dumaan dito, ganun. So parang ang laking, see other women seeing that experience, parang nade-discourage sila to go out there and, tapos, and then a small percentage of these people, na kahit ang liit-liit lang nila na percentage, parang kine-question yung suot ko. Kasi parang naka-halter top ako nun. Parang init. I mean, gusto ko mag-impress ko. Pupunta lang naman ako sa bahay ng kaibigan ko. Tapos parang sinasabi, well, ba't parang naka-bathrobe ka? Or bakit kita yung ano mo? Bakit kita yung shoulders mo? Ba't naka-off shoulder ka? Siguro kung hindi ka naka-off shoulder, hindi ka mamanyakan. Dapat,
No way.
dapat, dapat
Ay,
magdamit
nako.
ka ng maayos
Oh my God.
para,
Mag-gown ka daw.
diba? Diba? So parang ang ridiculous. Whatever I wore had nothing to do with it because itong mga aggressors na to will do whatever they want, whatever you're wearing. So, ayun lang. Parang, I think doon ko na mas na-process yung nangyari sa akin na parang, hala, ang scary pala in general for all of us na to be at risk na gano'n na to be under scrutiny na parang I understand why a lot of women or like victims of abuse or like mga ganong incidents are afraid to talk about their experiences kasi it's not just the pain from the experience or the trauma from the experience pero yun na nga, whatever people are saying about it, like questionin pa nila,
Yeah, parang judge ka pa na.
judge ka pa nila. So parang, paano how, anywhere we go, parang there's nowhere we can feel safe even when we share, ano, kung ano yung nangyari sa amin.
Oh my
So,
God,
yun.
that's so sad na nangyayari yan. And I guess thank you for sharing Ansel and Ali, kasi alam ko hindi siya madali. Lalo
Yeah.
na when you're recalling all of these experiences, these comments, and si Ansel, alam ko matagal na nangyari yun. Pero syempre, pag binabalikan mo, sometimes nare-refresh yung memories. Ito si Ali, bago pa lang yung experience niya, di ba? Parang ako din nakakainis makita yung mga ganong comments. Kasi nga, ano mo, these are the realities of women na kinakaharap nila kapag nagbibisikleta sila and they just wanna share, raise awareness, and hopefully, ang dapat na take away ng mga tao magtino kayo, ayusin niyo yung mga buhay niyo. Dapat di namin 'to na-e-experience kasi wala naman kaming ginagawang masama. Pero nakakaasar na may mga gano'ng comments at gano'ng feedback. And hopefully, alam mo, I'm so proud of the two of you for sharing that kasi at least sana kahit madaming tao pa din na, alam mo yun, nakikinig, madaming tao na na-inspire, yun nga na nakakapikon talaga na may mga parang kontrabida. May alam mo yun, may mga taong epal na magsasabi na, hindi, ikaw may mali eh. Dapat di mo na ginawa yan, ganyan, ganyan. Ano yun, parang
Victim
makukulong na
blaming
lang.
pa more.
Oo, makukulong na lang kami dito. Hindi namin pwedeng gawin yung mga gusto namin gawa. And alam mo, sa experience ni Ali, kudos din to friends, to partners, boyfriends, maski
Yeah.
girlfriends na, alam mo yun, poprotektahan ka. Kasi pag, when you're being abused, minsan hindi ka na lang talaga makakakilos, hindi ka na makakagalaw, hindi mo man
Mm.
nare-recognize na parang, oh my God, inaabuso na pala ako, hinaharas na
Oo.
pala ako. So shout out sa mga taong pumoprotekta sa mga, ano yun, sa mga taong
Yeah.
inaabuso.
Yeah. Salamat sa mga allies na who stand up for
Yes.
us. Yeah.
Tama yan.
Salamat.
Kanina na-mention niya na to na sinasabi sa inyo na dapat ganito yung suot nyo. Tapos we hear these things a lot like yung ang hirap mag-bike, lalo na kapag babae ka o kaya dapat kasi hindi mo ginawa yan. Dapat di ka pumunta dyan. Alam mo namang babae ka. Na-mention yan kanina. 'Di ba? For sure, napaka-restrictive nun tsaka very annoying. What are your thoughts kapag sinasabihan kayong ganun or nakakakita kayo ng ganung statements whether online or in real life?
Well, of course, it's definitely annoying. Parang gaya nga ng sabi ng President Nadine Lustre, come on guys, it's 2023. Tama na to.
Yeah. Tama yan.
I think malalim talaga pinaghuhugutan nito eh. Ano yun, deeply ingrained misogyny from years and years and years, and it's really hard to unlearn. So parang, of course, we understand from a deeper place of kung saan man to nanggagaling. But of course, we have to respond, or usually, in my case, how I respond is, kunyari, dapat hindi ka nagbabike dyan, kababae mong tao, hindi ba nakakatakot, or parang whatever. And I would say, ano yun, matatakot, mabubuhay na lang ako sa takot. Hindi ko na gagawin. Papapigil na lang ako dahil babae ako. Di wala nang nangyari sa akin. And of course, how can we prove further and further if we're not gonna power through that notion? Diba? You have to keep on showing na, yes, it's scary, that's a fact. Yes, mainit, ang daming scary stuff, and you're always putting your life on the line just because you're biking. But you have to show na there are women, more and more women biking every single day, every single time for multiple reasons. And we have to show them in numbers na madami pala, hindi sila nababawasan, dumadami pa sila lalo. So, people with backward thinking, they will never go away. But I have hope for our future generation, the Gen Zs. They're more open to this. Mas, progressive na sila mag-isip. And, hopefully, we slowly change this mindset. Both men, women, old and young, we have a long way to go. Pero we'll get there. I strongly believe that we'll get there.
Tama, tama. How about you, Ali?
Sure ko lang na unironically narinig ko na yung kababae mong tao no. Nagbabike ako. On the road. Kasi
Oh my
one
God.
time, nagbabike ako along the road. Tapos may kotseng naka-idle sa gilid. So, syempre, iwasan ko yun para hindi ako ma-door, di ba? So, nung iniwasan ko siya, siguro mga 1.5 meters. May motor na sumingit sa gitna. So, sobrang lapit niya. So, na-close pass ako. So, naturally, sisigaw ako parang, ano ba yan? Tapos parang, si kuya parang, ano ba yan? Ano ba yan? Sabi ko, dapat kasi hindi ko sumisingit dyan. Delikado yan. Sabi niya. Nung sumigaw ako, sabi niya, sigaw ko ng sigaw dyan. Kababae mong tao. Excuse
Oh
me?
no, ang kapal ng
Sabi ko.
mukha.
So, parang, ang lapit niya sa akin. And I didn't wanna go ahead and pass him. Kasi baka may natulak ako nun or something.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, parang, na lang, kung ano-ano lang yung sinasabi ko para umalis na siya. Parang, di ka mahal ang asawa mo. Ganun, ganun, ganun.
Oh no.
Parang sa
Naging
text.
personal na.
Hindi ka
Oo. Hindi kasi I felt unsafe. So, parang
Yeah.
I wanted to push him away and
Yeah.
like get on with my business, right? Tapos parang naalala ko rin, lahat ng incident sa akin sa Lawton Avenue nangyayari. Anyway, tapos may lumapit din sa akin one time na nakamotor. Parang umaahon ako dun sa may isang part sa may McDo. Tapos parang, ma'am, dapat hindi ka naka-sleeveless kasi pag naka-sleeveless ka, masusunog ka. Dapat naka-sleeves ka or naka-long sleeves ka. Parang, excuse me, parang hindi ko na lang siya pinansin. Parang, it's none of your business kung anong suot
Correct,
ko on the
yeah.
road, right? So,
Gusto ko
anyway.
mag-tan. Anong pakialam mo?
So, ayun. Pero I think to add to what Ansel said, parang this might not be very healthy advice, pero every time I hear someone bring my gender into the equation, into my capability as a cyclist, I channel all the anger and the spite and use it to work on improving myself. Kasi napakaraming chances na magalit at mainis. Hindi na mawawala yun. Di mabuti na rin na gamitin natin sa produktibong bagay, diba? So, parang one time din, parang may karide ako dati. Parang nakita sa akin ng isang karide ko na parang pinagtatawanan daw niya ako kasi hindi ako marunong magpalit ng flat. So, parang, excuse me. So, parang somehow nagamit ko yung spite na binackstab ako ng ganun to learn how to change a flat. So, now, I am the proud person who knows how to change a flat. And
Ikaw
parang,
yung nag-change ng flat sa group rides.
hindi ko pa na-apply. Thankfully, wala pang
Okay,
naka-flat
yeah.
sa ganun. Pero ngayon, marunong na ako. So,
Alam
thank
mo,
you.
ang galing mo. Ako, to be honest, hindi pa rin ako marunong magpalit ng flat
Mahirap siya.
tire, di ba?
Mahirap
diba?
tapos kasama niyo pa yung group. May
Oo.
time pressure.
Oo. So, yun din. Hindi ko pa siya natatry on the field pero parang sinubukan ko siya at home na parang, okay, tatanggalin ko yung gulong ko. Papalitan ko yung interior, tatanggalin ko. So, yun.
Kaya
So,
mo.
somehow,
Galing.
yeah, nakapag-practice. Aha.
Yeah. Alam mo, sobrang curious din ako with this statement na about what you wear. Nakakainis kasi kami, hindi naman namin na-experience yun na, dapat dapat naka-long sleeve ka, dapat ganito yung suot
Actually,
mo.
kahit chinelas nga suot nyo, sando, basketball jersey,
Totoo.
walang helmet or whatever,
Oo.
walang pakialamanan. Lagi
Oo.
kami
Ganun,
yung
no? Nakakainis. Bakit ganun? Parang kung gusto nilang active wear yung mga babae. Ano namang issue nun, di ba? May nangyari na ba? Well, si Ali na kwento niya may nangyari na sa kanya na yung suot nga niya. Pero paano pag ganun? ikaw, Ansel, what do you usually say? Na-experience mo na ba yan? Sinabihan ka ng tungkol sa suot mo?
Oo, same as Ali. Parang, ma'am, ba't ka naka-sleeveless, masusunog yung balat mo, ganyan. Sabi ko, yun, same as what you said. Okay lang yan, gusto ko morena ako. I
Yeah.
mean, I think, they feel like they don't mean any harm. They feel like they're concerned for you kasi, oh, babae ka, kailangan tisay ka, porcelanang putis, gano'n. I think that's their mindset. Pero, the mindset should be, wala pong pakialamanan. As long as safe
Oo,
tayo, okay lang yun. Medyo semi-mansplaining nga eh. Kasi parang they're
exactly.
assuming kung ano yung gusto namin for ourselves. Kaya nga kami naka-sleeveless kasi gusto namin presko. So, I mean, as much as possible, tama si Ali na you can get mad every time, but getting mad all the time can be tiring. The female rage has
Yeah.
its limits as well. So,
Tama, tama.
sometimes, inaano na lang namin, oh, niloloko mo ako, lolokohin din kita. Kuya, mag-sleeveless ka na rin para moreno ka din. Diba?
Mm.
Pero, it's microaggression. Pero, you just turn it into a banter na healthy for them to understand. Level with them somehow. I mean,
Para lubayan ka na rin nila.
kaya na lang, ganun. Pero, of course, it's still not okay.
Yeah.
So, hayaan na lang. I mean, hindi hinahayaan, pero respond properly in a way. Pero so far, thank the Lord, wala pa naman akong very aggressive na mansplainer with my outfit. At sana wala in the future.
Ayan, to our listeners here, pwedeng suotin ng mga babae kung anong gusto nilang suotin kapag nagbabike sila. At wala kayong say doon dapat. So, ayan, sana
Yes.
naintindihan niyo yan ngayon. And let's spread the word. Kasi tama na, sabi nga ni President Nadine Lustre, it's 2023. Ayan.
Tama na.
And ngayon, this March, we are celebrating Women's Month, 'di ba? And kamusta ba yung cycling community ng mga kawimena, ng mga kababaihan? Is it very supportive with each other? And ano yung experience niyo biking with female cyclists, with women cyclists?
So this March 25, may ride kami with Tita Ana. All girls
Uy,
ride.
kasali ako doon.
Ayan, so
I'll see you there.
there. Yeah. So very supportive naman ng female cycling community, of course. Well, I haven't met Ali in person, but we're in the same community, or we're in the same group. So it's very solid naman, of course. Just to share as well, nun nga yung crisis ko din nung last year around June, I wasn't into, or hindi pa ako immersed fully in this, this community. But there are women specifically who message me randomly and expressing support and are mad on my behalf nung nalaman nilang gano'n. Parang, hi, you don't know me, but ganito, ganyan, I feel for you, ganyan din ang experience ko. Please let us know how we can be of help to you. Parang, alam mo yun, I'm a nobody. Hindi naman sila required to do that. Pero the fact na they took time to find my Instagram, message me na, ikaw pala yun, ganyan, ganyan, expressing support and everything, means so much. Kasi I felt really alone that time. Kasi wala pa akong support system from the community that time eh. So doon ko naramdaman na ganun ka solid yung female support when it comes to, of course, cycling as well. Apart from our group rides, ganyan, wherever may nababalitaan kaming mga ganyang, may mga kolokoy na ginawa doon sa kapwa namin babae, syempre makikibarda din kami doon in support, no? So whatever way or whatever possible way, kahit kilala namin or hindi, basta familiar kami doon sa struggle, we will support regardless.
That's nice. Ikaw, Ali.
I'll start with the online sphere kasi nung nagsimula pa lang mag-bike commute like 2 years ago. So syempre, I'll do my research muna, like sasali ako sa mga Facebook group. Tapos, sinasalihan ko lang yung mga big ones. Tapos parang napapansin ko, parang ba't ang daming creepy dito? Like, mag-share sila ng picture ng mga babae.
Oh my
Alam mo
God,
yung
isa
mga
pa yan.
pitik-pitik?
Ako, sobrang
Yes.
terrible din
Yeah, it's
yan.
whole other
Oo
show.
yan.
Nakaka-pikon
Parang
din yan.
parang hello po, hello. Alam mo yung mga napaka-creepy na comments from these various men. Tapos
Oo.
parang alam mo yun, pag magtatanong ako, may tone of condescension or parang, basic lang naman yun, ba't hindi mo alam yan? So parang, hindi siya very supportive for women and also it feels unsafe to be out there. So parang, paano pa kaya when you're out on the streets? Parang how empowered or disempowered could you be, right? Tapos, luckily, nahanap ko yung Pinay Bike Commuter Community. So, thank you, Miss Jerry. Oo,
Miss
diba?
Jerry.
Tapos, ang ganda niya kasi, nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, it's good to have a safe space. to share my experiences, especially as a bike commuter newbie. Nakapag-voice out ako ng concerns. Tsaka, I could ask questions without being judged or mansplained to. So, para it was really good to have that community. Tapos, sa mga leisure rides, parang ang dami ko ring na-meet na other women riders through Tita Ana actually. Kasi dati, nung
Go,
nagle-leisure rides
Tita
ako, parang,
Ana.
yeah. So, puro lalaki yung mga kasama ko dati. So, syempre, I had a hard time catching up. Kasi alam mo naman, I mean, mga lalaki na competitive. Hindi naman natin madedeny, di ba?
Mga
So,
ego
kailangan
kasi
ko,
ng mga kalalakihan eh, no? Joke
yeah.
lang.
So, well, so, syempre, kailangan mo silang habulin. Kailangan mong makimacho-macho sa kanila. Pero naalala ko, nung do'n sa mga na-meet ko sa ride ni Tita Ana, parang nag-practice ride kami before the 100K. Tapos, it was also my first ride outside of Metro Manila. Ano, puro babae mga kasama ko nun. So, sumama na rin si Didi. Pero like, 4 kaming babae nun. And it was nice kasi it was a chill, very chill ride. Pumunta kami ng Baras sa Rizal from the gig. Tapos parang, I mean, walang karera,
Mm-mm.
lahat naghihintayan,
Yeah,
parang
party pace.
nagkakamustahan. Oo, party pace. Alam mo yun, parang walang pressure. And it felt safe and nice to be with other women dun sa long ride na yun. So
That's
yun.
nice. Ang ganda. Ang solid nga minsan nung mga nung mga pag nag-gather yung yung mga women cyclists kasi siguro you understand each other and at the same time you share the same pains
Mm.
tapos very very supportive lang. And meron ba kayong wish for women in the cycling community? Siguro with people na yung mga newbies, yung mga baguhan, or yung mga gustong sumali with the group, mga kagaya nyo nung nagsisimula pa lang kayo.
Medyo broad to eh. Pero I do wish na maging safe ulit yung mga kalsada para sa lahat ng kababaihan, para sa lahat ng mga gustong magsimula. Kasi, like I said earlier, hindi dapat maging matapang para magbisikleta o lumabas on your bike. Kailangan lahat can feel safe out there. And I think that's my ultimate wish for everyone, na maging safe out there.
Hindi lang sa safety ng kanilang parang physical safety but also with
Mm.
their mental health, with
Yeah,
their, with their pagkakaroon ng peace of mind na walang manghaharas sa kanila.
yeah, exactly.
Ikaw, Ansel, ano ang wish mo?
Siguro, of course, what Ali also said, super agree with that. Pero feeling ko one of the key ingredients that we need to make this happen or parang amplify the voices of women is for men also to be by our side and not just by saying, oh, tap on the back, okay lang yan. Hindi lang through that, but also voicing out their support. Not just for their girlfriends or their wives, but also for every female cyclist na kakilala nila. Not because, there's always this bad notion with, oh, I don't want to be tagged as feminist kasi masyado extremist. It's not it. It's just about supporting your fellow females since we have to acknowledge na medyo talagang disempowered in this very male-dominant sport field industry. So by simply our men calling out, speaking up, it doesn't have to be very aggressive. Hindi naman nila kailangan awayin yung taong yun, but speaking up on it also amplifies our voices for this advocacy. Yun. So yes, safer streets, but also allies also to speak up also.
Ako as someone from the other side, ang na-realize ko din kasi is that we don't have to be intimidated with women. Kasi friends naman sila eh. They're also human beings who likes to ride a bike, to enjoy, to be safe on the road. Yun nga lang, dapat merong respeto lagi. At tandaan nyo na kakampi natin sila sa mga pinaglalaban natin and at the same time, yun nga, tao din sila. So, wag mong i-invade yung space nila. Kailangan talaga merong respeto. Yun talaga yung main thing na natutunan ko when it comes to dealing with women cyclists na parang yung isa sa mga main problem nila is lagi silang nababastos on the road. So, respeto lang din talaga yung kailangan. So, ngayon nga, di ba, we keep on mentioning that there are more women cycling in Metro Manila, in the Philippines. And how do you feel about it na madami na yung nagbabike ngayon? And how do we encourage more women to ride their bicycles? Lalo na ngayon na sobrang mas hostile na nga yung kalsada natin.
Siguro for me, well, just to share, there are more and more women biking definitely because since last year, I've been biking to my gym, which is around mga 5 to 8 kilometers from my house. Nakakatuwa kasi every morning ako nagbabike. Tapos, kasabay siya na medyo semi-rush hour nung papasok sa work. Natutuwa ako na every time I bike in that, siguro mga 5:30 to 6 a.m. time, may nakikita akong mga 2 to 3 girls on their folding bikes in their corporate wear. Tapos yung laptop bag sila. And their, cutie face lang sa gilid.
Wow! Nakaka-mod pa.
Hindi sila
Ganda.
nakikigulan sa mga
Yeah.
motor. Talagang whatever, minding our space.
Ang ganda.
Yeah,
Ang
I
cute.
know.
Kaya nakakatuwa. Na parang, oh my God, ang ganda, ang galing. Alam mo yung
Oo.
parang, for men, okay, whatever. But for women, like,
Yeah.
diba? So, it's really parang natutuwa ako na nakakita ako ng ganun randomly without knowing them, who they are, or their names, or whatever. So, I think it helps talaga to encourage more women to show them na on social media how we do it, how both the good and the bad. We're not saying we're not sugarcoating the experience. We're not saying it's the best thing ever when it's not, but there are benefits to it. Like of course, syempre yung save money unless may upgrade-itis ka.
Totoo.
Mas mura pa rin yan sa kotse.
That's
Yes.
true. Very facts. And then, of course, exercise. So, maraming benefits to it despite the negative. So, for me, I will not stop talking about it. Of course, the experience, how is it good for your health, whatever. So, keep on talking about it. And then, what I noticed with everyone, not just women and men, na parang, the more they see it, na parang okay pala yun. They won't comment, they won't like, but they will think na, maybe one day, and that maybe one day can happen next week, next month, tomorrow. We won't know. But it's something that we need to talk about talaga. So I will not stop posting about my bikes kahit maumay ni mga friends ko because maybe one day they'll consider biking.
Agree with Ainsel na it's important to not stop talking about it kasi syempre I feel like most of the discourse out there is about how dangerous it is for women, and individually in my own way I want to show why it's good, why it's fun to ride bikes, what are the benefits. Parang ang layo ng nararating ko, and me, I'm just an average non-athletic person, and despite all the negative experiences ang saya-saya magbike. And hindi madali out there, like feeling mo lagi parang mamamatay. Pero it can be done and it can be really fun. And parang in my own little way, parang I want to show people how it's done and encourage them and maybe help them also consider one day na okay pala, kaya ko rin yun, gagawin ko rin siya.
Alam mo, ang ganda sa conversation natin na to. Siguro yung pinaka or one of the highlights is nung sinabi ni Ali na dapat hindi nakakatakot magbisikleta. Dapat alam mo yun, dapat hindi siya dapat normal lang naman na nagbabike ka lang, na hindi siya normal lang siya, na dapat you don't fear for yourself kapag nagbabike ka. And dapat gano'n naman talaga. That we need to have safe spaces on the roads. Gusto ko rin yung sinabi ni Ainsel about showing everyone na ito yung ginagawa ko, this is how fun it is. And in those little posts, those simple IG stories, di ba, malay mo, meron talagang ma-encourage na mamisikleta. Kasi sa totoo lang, alimbawa, well, hindi, I guess this applies to everyone, na yung mga simpleng post na yun na parang makita mo lang na, nga no, parang pwedeng magandang parang nabubudol na ako unti-unti. Di ba? Ang ganda-ganda. Ayun nga. This month, we are celebrating Women's Month. Pero for me, dapat i-celebrate talaga natin yung mga kababaihan every day, di ba? Kasi you are great individuals, and dapat hindi lang siya March. Dapat every day talaga. So, Ainsel and Ali, alam mo, sobrang the two of you really inspire me. Kasi ang tapang nyo when it comes to, sharing your experiences, and at the same time, you keep on encouraging more people to ride their bicycle. So again, thank you for joining me here and in sharing your experiences. Maraming salamat. Happy Women's Month.
Women's Month.
you also.
Thank you.
Happy Women's
Ayun. Salamat again, Ainsel and Ali. Thank you. And to our listeners, sana may natutunan kayo sa conversations namin today. And let's celebrate women. Let's respect them. Give them their safe spaces. And sana magkwentuhan ulit tayo sa susunod na episode ng Tambay Session. Again, salamat! Salamat!